Hello guys, welcome back to our channel today, and today we are also crossing the borders, and today we are going to discuss about the Uganda's their head of armies, who is Muhoozi. Power has stayed in one family for nearly 4 decades. But behind the image of control and order, there's a growing wave of fear, intimidation, and silence. Today, we look at General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the son of President Museveni, a man positioned as the next ruler, but whose record is stained by accusations of human rights abuses, torture, and political intimidation. This is the story of how Uganda's power circle has turned into a family empire and what it means for democracy and justice. Muhoozi was born into power. From a young age, his path to leadership was set. Military training abroad, rapid promotion, and eventually control of Uganda's elite military units like the Special Forces Command, or SFC. The SFC under his command became notorious not for defending the nation, but for crushing opposition rallies, silencing dissent, and arresting journalists who dared to criticize the regime. While Museveni publicly denies grooming a sign for succession, Muhoozi's growing influence tells a different story. Human rights groups have reportedly accused the forces under Muhoozi's leadership of kidnapping, torture, and
I left him in the cell and he asked me, Bob, he asked me to talk to you to make sure the message gets to the president, because the president is not aware about some of these things. It is the son, Muhoozi, who is undertaking these crimes against humanity. They have been undertaken at the Special Forces Command Center in Serakasenyi. That is a training ground for the presidential security team. And they call themselves next to none because they are next to none. They don't take command from any other, either the judiciary, whether it's parliament, whether it's the executive. So this is an armed militia that is operating under the General Muhoozi. And there are so many Ugandans. I left there over 150 of them in custody. People who are serving, who are being kept without going through any court process. They have been detained, some of them up to a year. That is what is calling the fridge, if you want to know what the fridge is. So there are some people who are actually in the freezer, not in the fridge. And as a human rights issue, these people have no cases. Most of them, they've been kept there for political reasons. And we have to come in now as human rights defenders and also say that we should not associate ourselves with such oppressive regimes, starting with Tanzania. And we are hoping on the December 9th, they have declared it an Independence Day. Also in Kenya, we are declaring December 9th will be a total shutdown. We are going to stand in solidarity with our brothers in Tanzania, and we are going to shut our borders in Kenya in solidarity with Tanzania. The Tanzanian embassy, we are actually calling for it to be closed down immediately until further notice. And we are asking our legislators in parliament to push this motion, just like the South Africans did when there was an issue between Palestine and Israel. Okay, they closed the embassy of Israel. Why? Because they were collaborating with our Palestinians to massacre people in Palestine. The same thing is happening in Tanzania. What are we doing as Kenyans? What are we doing as Kenyans for our brothers? So let us wake up, let us rise up, and we realize that the three governments are collaborating between Museveni, our President Ruto, and Samia Suluhu. Our arrest was a coordinated arrest between the Kenyan government. They knew we were crossing over into Tanzania. They raised the alarm there, and those guys did the dirty job for them. So we as a people have decided we are going to unite across borders between the Tanzanian people, the East African community, and to ensure that we put a check on the excesses of these governments. We want governments that are led by the values of human rights at the center of every administration. And we shall continue to fight for these rights for as long as we're alive. Thank you.
Enforced disappearances. During the 2021 elections, dozens of opposition supporters linked to Bobi Wine's National Unity platform were detained or went missing. Many later told stories of being beaten, electrocuted, or held in safe houses run by military intelligence. Eyewitnesses and leaked documents have connected several of these operations to the Special Forces Command, the very unit Muhoozi, the son of Yoweri Museveni, oversaw. International observers have also raised alarms about the SFC's role in violently suppressing protests and using state power to intimidate political opponents. Beyond the battlefield, Muhoozi made headlines was the so-called Twitter general. His controversial tweets, from threatening to invade Kenya to mocking Ugandan opposition leaders, revealed a mix of arrogance and recklessness. Critics say his online behavior shows the entitlement of a man who sees Uganda as a family business but not democracy. But others sees it as a part of a bigger plan, normalizing his public image while preparing for a Muhoozi project, a quiet succession from father to son. Inside Uganda, those who question his transition face real danger. Journalists have been arrested, radio stations shut down, and activists forced into exile. Even former allies in the military who expressed discomfort with Muhoozi's ambitions have faced demotion or mysterious disappearances. It's a chilling message. Opposing the first family comes with a price. As Uganda stands at a crossroads, one question remains: will the nation's future be decided by the will of its people or by a dynasty protecting its power at any cost? The rise of Muhoozi Kainerugaba is more than a political story. It's a test of Uganda's democracy, its justice system, and its people's courage to speak the truth. If you find this video